And we have returned with a new idea for a tournament, the New Japan Junior Heavyweight All-Stars. With me, we currently have JM.
Hey, what's going on?
And a No Mic Chat batting hat to start off.
Whoa, no, this is not No Mic Chat, I'm here. Now,
Alright,
so
there we
let
go.
me
I
make
wasn't
my-
sure if you were or not.
Let me make my introduction.
Alright, and we have batting hat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard to this, quote-unquote, stunning tournament. It's me, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Ali Al-Amir, aka Batting Hat, and I hope that you enjoy watching this in general. So, welcome everyone.
All praises go to Batting Hat.
Batting hat is love, batting hat is life. The national anthem of Egypt. Alright. Here we go. Our first match of the tournament. Oh.
This is like the junior heavyweight tournament, right?
Yep, the All-Star
Yeah.
Junior Heavyweight. Throughout their history, we got the most historically best ones to get for this tournament. And this first one is a pretty interesting one to start off the tournament with here at Sumo Hall.
Oh boy. Certainly gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah. And the first person to enter is actually from Michinoku Pro, Great Sasuke. But
But he did compete. He did compete in New Japan, so it doesn't matter where else they've got.
Well, that's what I was gonna get to. He did a lot of great work with New Japan as a partner, such as the Super J Cup, the Best of Junior, Super Junior tournaments.
Oh, hey, Voodoo.
Oh, Voodoo's here. Welcome.
Hey, me and Zach were hanging out. I was playing backstreet billiards. I actually managed to be one of the tougher guys. Like, the game starts out fairly easy, and then you run into this Chinese dude named Juan, and then the difficulty takes a spike.
Oh, hi, Zach.
But I
Oh,
beat
hi,
him in
Zach.
2 straight sets.
And welcome, Zach. So let's get the introductions for these two. Also here, we got Voodoo,
Heyo!
and we got Zach's George 98.
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu, and first hero, whatever your name is, I should be bringing Adele, so...
Yep, we'll be doing that after round 1.
Yeah,
We
Zach, how
recorded
is
Tiger
round
your...
one
Master
today.
versus Sasuke.
Yep.
Who
Wait,
won
wait,
the
Zach, how's your
heavyweight- who
grandma?
won the heavyweight tournament?
Akira Maeda.
She,
Unsurprising.
she's doing
Should have seen the
alright.
last 10 minutes.
And,
What, Zach? Sorry?
We were dying of
Grandmom's doing
laughter.
alright.
That's good to hear.
Oh, thank
See
God.
you
That's
back.
good to hear. Okay.
You know, as this month is Best of the Super Juniors, I was thinking we could do like a Best of the Super Junior series for this month.
Oh, like, say,
Too late.
with more than just, say, an all-star style.
Yeah, like, maybe we could do like our own Best of the Super Juniors.
Oh, that's an idea.
That's
Another idea I have is, that would be another time actually, but some fun things that happened after recording from the finale for the heavyweight tournament. We found out that Osamu Kido and Akira Maeda were tag team champions, and we also revealed that their agent was Pony, so Muda was actually the hero this whole time. Pony, Akira Maeda, and Osamu Kido worked together to make sure Maeda would win that tournament.
Wait, didn't Pony say that Muto... Didn't Pony want Muto to win?
No, he was actually a double agent the whole time. He was tricking everyone. You know, like,
Alright,
say,
so ladies and
Jake
gentlemen...
the Snake Roberts was helping Ultimate Warrior to fight Undertaker only to betray him.
Never
Or-
trust the snake.
Or... Well,
Never ride that pony.
Oh. Alright.
Hell of a line.
Sus, too. Alright, so we have the great Sasuke versus... Oh my god, Fat Sayama!
Yep, the original Tiger Mask, which I think would be the best idea for this tournament.
I mean,
this
yeah.
is the Junior All-Star for New Japan. So you got...
why is this Tiger Mask model so fat?
Because it's
'Cause
based
that's
off
how he
his
was around the
modern
time.
look at the time this game
He's-
came out.
He's clearly been eating his vitamins, brother.
He's
Yeah,
eating
he
something, all right.
He was fat.
Yeah, it's like, who could forget the great bouts that the original Tiger Mask had against, say, Black Tiger Mark Rocco? Was that his name, right?
I think so.
Black Tiger won. Rollerball. Mark Rocco
Okay.
from World of Sport.
Or
Dynamite
Kid.
Mm-hmm.
And Kuniaki Kobayashi, the Tiger Hunter.
And true.
And then we have Great Sasuke, who was, like we said earlier, very vital for the junior heavyweight division in New Japan in the 90s, despite being an outsider. And I think he did some stuff in the 2000s too, not as frequent as the 90s, but still something.
And somehow still wrestling today.
Some people wonder how he stays alive, but I think the answer is like with every other wrestler, dark forces. And what the heck was Tiger Mask doing there? He just did a cartwheel dive into
he was
nothing.
expressing his ballet skills.
Well, it's not like Michinoku Pro run. But let's be real, realkers. It's not like Michinoku Pro are running a ton of shows.
That is true. They're like the once every other month type of promotion.
Yeah, like they were never often as active.
Yeah, if anything, like the times they were active, that ended in the 97. Because like 98, 99, that was, you're lucky to see them do 10 shows a year.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is what happened was maybe the Exodus. He was in politics at the time.
Yeah, the Super Delphin Exodus to create Osaka Pro, because he was just, if I recall, just creative differences, and he was tired of being treated as like a jobber, despite the fact that, basically Michinoku Pro is kind of a strange promotion to be upset about doing the job in.
Yeah, it's not like you're in New Japan, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like you're in the WWF or anything.
It does. I don't get it, but hey, I guess a Delphin, because like you.
God, look at Tiger Mask just walking around in 200 speed.
Yeah, he's just showing off.
He's gonna lose all that weight from all that posing.
Yeah, I think that's the main reason why his fitness instructor said if you wrestle, it could be a form of exercise. And the Tiger Mask looked at him, go, "Oh my God, this whole time." But let's talk.
So fat though. I'm actually curious.
My guess is lack of, activity. But
probably gained all that fat. Probably gained all that fat after Maeda kicked him in the balls by accident, so he got into a state of depression and started eating.
Yeah, I was actually gonna get to that a little bit because the original Tiger Mask would leave the New Japan to start the first UWF. Had arguments with Akira Maeda over creative differences of how the promotion should go. Had a bout, and Maeda just kicked him as hard as he could in the great Tiger Balls.
Yeah. Poor Tiger Mask.
I will give credit to Sayama. He did not sell that ball kick. Like, he made sure that it did not affect him.
Holy shit.
Like, he did not go down to the ground. He stood where he was.
Yeah.
Oh, he might have felt.
My balls are okay, guys. It's okay.
He might have felt all of that pain after the match.
Oh, definitely.
Yep.
When the adrenaline was gone.
I just realized I got a new song.
Wait, let's not forget that after that whole thing, then he wrote an entire book burying pro wrestling, and then went to do it. Then he started Shudo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling is real.
Which is still active to this day, by the way.
Nowhere near as big as it was during the age of Rumina Sato and Cal Uno, but still, it is a thing.
It's pretty big.
World's oldest MMA promotion.
Yep, and was a part of a money embezzling scheme.
Mm-hmm.
But now our next match. This is definitely a match
Interesting
that should get JM's attention, because this is a battle of two guys who left New Japan to improve on themselves and would later on be promoted to heavyweights in their future careers.
One of them is actually pretty good later on in his career, and the other not so good. But early on in their careers, yeah, pretty fire.
Well, let's see about that. First off, we got Shinjiro Ohtani, from 0-1.
Is he out there? Wait, how is he now, actually? I never heard any news about
I
him.
haven't heard much since the match with Sugira. From what I can guess is he's still in the hospital, maybe.
I hope he's...
It's been very quiet.
Yeah.
If I recall, they said the surgery was a success, but like, it's gonna take a while for him to get to 100%.
Yeah,
let's
sometimes
just hope he
he
gets better soon.
that he's done after this.
Oh, definitely. If I was him, I would probably make that my retirement match.
Yeah,
Because-
me too. I hope he doesn't
Yeah,
wrestle
but
again.
the thing is, though, what will happen to 0-1?
I
He'll be
would
okay.
hope it just merges into another promotion. That way,
Wait,
all
wait, wait.
that talent-
Takuma Sano's logo, front logo, looks like the Subway logo.
Well, I mean,
The
that is one of the
Blakey
sponsors
French.
today. After Jared from
Look at
Subway
this,
got
Sano
arrested,
wins.
Takuma Sano became the new Subway mascot, and now it's going to be called Sanoway.
Sanoway.
And the best part is,
I need somebody to make a thing like make a picture of Sonaway.
and the
Sure.
best part, only at Sanoway is the $5 footlong special a thing. Because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like back when $5 footlongs, that was amazing. Nowadays, the Subway sandwiches are like $10 footlongs. It's embarrassing.
I actually do love Subway. It's there's a lot of it in Qatar. I don't know if it's in Egypt though.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, maybe.
Because like I know, like say Starbucks, like all those little food places, they're just building up in the Middle East because of Saudi money.
Yup.
But this is
Alright,
another
so-
guy who a former big name in the junior division, Jushin Liger's
He
first
faced
rival.
off against Jushin Thunder Liger in a series of epic matches,
Oh, by the way,
and
Zach,
he left New
batting
Japan.
hat.
Yes.
Please describe for my ignorant white self exactly what the heck falafel is.
You don't know what a falafel is? I mean, you could get those in
don't know
the,
what that
like,
is.
the Mediterranean. Like, you could get them in Greece, for example. They're like a bunch of chickpea batter rolled up into a ball and then like deep fried. Think
They're
of it
like, yeah, they're like fried something. I don't know what that
yeah,
something
think
is.
of it
but-
like a hush puppy, but it's made out of chickpeas, or as other places in the world call them, garbanzo beans.
So
They-
they're not actually peas.
They're in the legume, like bean style family. They're called chickpeas because they felt like it. But I was gonna say with the Sano, after leaving from the New Japan, he would go just freelance everywhere he could in the 90s, such as Pride, Battle Arts, Michinoku Pro, UWFI, and then he would go to Noah. And then after that, he went back to freelancing after that again.
Did you know that he actually used he actually has 3 different names in his entire career?
Yeah, Naoshi, Naoki, and then Takuma.
No, I only remember Naoki, Takuma, and another name he used when he was in UWFI/Wing, but I don't know what that name was.
I think that was the Naoki.
You know, there's one move that now he's later in this tournament, Takaiwa. There was one move I saw him do that I'm surprised it is not in KOC2.
Oh, what was that?
An avalanche Ippon Isayoi off the top rope.
Oh,
What?
There's a gif of him at some point, I think in the 90s or 2000s in New Japan, right? Where he did an avalanche Ippon Isayoi off the top rope.
my guess is it was just far too violent.
And
Yes,
also KFC2,
It's a judo throw off the
KFC2 is
top.
not gonna have
My man
KFC2 is
judo
not
throw
gonna
him
have
off
every
the top rope.
wrestling move ever.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
JM,
it could still be
JM,
dangerous.
I'm gonna need you to find me that avalanche Ippon Seoinage, bro. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need to see that.
Oh, I forgot to ask, who do you guys think will win this
I
match?
think Sano, because I want to see Sano versus Liger again.
Alright, well, he would be facing Tiger Mask in the next round. I know that for JM, this is going to be difficult because he doesn't like New Japan traders.
I have 2 traders in this block, in this round.
I
Yeah.
really don't care who wins, but I'm gonna pick anyway. Give me Ohtani.
Alright. It's gonna be a very close bout, but I feel like Sano might have the upper hand in the long run.
Oh yeah, of course. I was telling Zach this. I'm off on Saturday, and
Okay.
we'll be watching. You want to watch Capital Collision?
If I'm able to, I'll check it out with the guys. I should be able to, because I'm trying to think what do I have for Saturday night going on this week.
Yeah, so we're gonna check out Capital Collision. But my schedule for Sunday doesn't fuck me up
All right.
because I'm hoping I don't have to sleep super early. Let me take a look real quick. Oh wait, my phone's right here.
What an elbow into the corner, and he's getting ready for a German. Yep, a release German. They're really
Okay.
getting into each other here. I think we're nearing the crescendo, don't you think, Zach?
Yep.
Yeah, I have a feeling. All right,
With
so
how this match is going. It's just, ooh, a brain
Okay.
buster.
Okay,
Oh my
so,
god.
Okay, guys, so I'm looking at my schedule now, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be able to watch Capital Collision because Sunday I don't start until 12.
Okay.
Alright, so guys, how was WrestleMania Backlash?
I did not watch it.
Geronimo had it on last night. Me and Pony watched a couple of the matches. The only match that we liked was the main event, which we felt was actually pretty good. Oh, Ohtani wins.
You know that was originally supposed to be a unification match, and they false advertised.
Yeah,
Yeah, but at least
were like-
that match was good.
yeah. I was 100%. You know what was the match that I was 100% sure who was gonna win?
Did you want to see, like, oh, wow, good rating. So
Good.
for the,
Wow.
the fans here like the juniors more than our heavyweight tournament matches.
Well, of course
Well,
they
duh,
do.
because the juniors don't have shoot fighters.
Well, that too.
Well, there weren't a lot of shoot fighters in the heavyweight.
Just
There were only two.
Maeda.
There were only three. There were only three.
Oh yeah, Maeda, Takada, and Fujita,
And
right?
Kaz Fujita.
And well, let's see, they all didn't make it except Maeda. Now here we go. This is a big match that I think we're all gonna love to see. Jushin Liger versus Tatsuhito Takaiwa.
Liger wins.
That's one for Liger. Everyone else?
Liger.
Right, batting hat. Oh, hey, Jug. How's it going?
Hey, Jug.
Hello, Jug.
Oh, sorry guys, I'll be back.
All right, see you soon.
How's our favorite doctor how's our favorite doctor of memology doing today?
And I like how this attire pick I chose is the one that
Jug's
brings
like,
back the
I didn't
classic
see the
vest.
notification.
Oh, I put it in the ad everyone.
Stone Cold Takaiwa.
Now you're good. Now you're good, Jug. We're in the third match. We just started.
Yeah.
Just in
Stone Cold Takaiwa.
Did you say drunk or
Hello, copyright.
Oh no, at least they don't try to delete my channel over this song. Like
Pretty
say
sure they-
anything by Bees or Jimi Hendrix
Well,
or the Kill Bill
I actually
theme.
have a pretty cool story about this song.
Oh, what's that?
Well, actually, a few months ago, I showed this song to my crush because she's a K-pop fan, and she actually loved this song, surprisingly.
Well, yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, it's a good song, but I never really. She was like, "I have to add this to my playlist immediately." I'm not joking. Then I ruined everything, and hopefully I can fix things. But that's just another story for another time.
All right. Now for this
Right.
one, this is a brawler in a little man body and Jushin Thunder Liger. One was a big deal in the tag team division in the juniors before going to 0-1, while the other is basically the greatest junior heavyweight in New Japan's history.
If not
Probably.
the greatest junior heavyweight in the history of pro wrestling.
Yeah, you got a point there. He's definitely up there for that.
Definitely. I'm picking Liger all day.
Like,
Let me tell you something, man. If it weren't for that idiot Rey Mysterio taking that indie booking a week or two away from that one New Japan US show, you would have gotten Rey Mysterio versus Jushin Liger.
We already
Ray,
have a Ray versus Liger. We already have one. WCW Starcade
No, you would have
96.
gotten but you would have got it with them back then during Liger's retirement road.
I know. It was just unfortunate. Unfortunate.
This idiot took a NEW, a random NEW nothing indie show and got himself injured.
Gotta keep that money.
You would got more money with that New Japan US show, probably.
Okay.
More like
Yeah,
more
but he was
likely.
like,
Again, Bakamono.
And then Rey Mysterio was like, "Oh, we might do it." Oh, wait, no, that wasn't gonna happen because he went right to the Fed right after.
Man, Ray's just he's a weird guy, I guess.
Like I said, Bakamono.
But so far, the matches that you missed, Jug. The first match was Tiger Mask Original versus Great
Why am I gonna be
Sasuke.
jealous of the Fed? I'm
no.
not
It's not Tiger Mask Original versus Sasuke. It's the Great Sasuke versus Fat Sayama.
Okay, well that
No.
happened. And then the
No,
next match was Shinjiro
No,
Ohtani versus
No.
Takuma Sano. Both matches got an 81 and 88 respectively. So far, we've learned that New Japan loves the Junior All-Stars far more than the regular All-Stars at the moment.
No shoot fighters.
Well,
No shoot fighters or pony knocking off other wrestlers to mess up this tournament.
Yep, this is
What do you
just
mean
the
there's no
Junior
fighters?
All-Star.
There's no fighters in the juniors. Are you forgetting Naruse?
Oh, he's not in this one.
He's
Oh,
not
this
in this
Are you
tournament.
forgetting like Naruse and Minoru Tanaka?
Yeah, they're
He's
in
not in
the.
this one.
But one's Battle Arts and one was
the
Pancrase, right?
Minoru Tanaka, the less good Minoru.
Oh no, he was
Come on,
good.
man.
Don't you dare
He was
diss
good.
Minoru Tanaka. He's still good. Hey,
Oh, hi,
who came in?
Inokiism 2.0.
Inokiism
Inokiism.
2.0. I have no idea who this is supposed to be.
Wait, who the hell is that?
It's
looks like
probably
Vanderlei.
Someone edited their name just to mess with us. I wish I knew who it was.
Probably
Oh god,
Pony.
Jug is like another.
Profile picture looks like Vanderlei Silva.
Who could this mysterious Inokiism 2.0 be?
It's Pony.
Oh, it's Pony?
I swear it probably is her.
It's the person who injected a lethal dose of poison into pro wrestling, though.
Oh dear. Well,
Nah, New
hopefully-
Japan first.
Yeah.
We'll figure out who it is sooner or later.
God, if Inokiism 1.0 is already destructive, what will 2.0 do?
I hate to see what 3.0 would kill.
10
Entirety of pro wrestling.
10 Benjo Bucks says it's Pony.
Well, let's find out.
If
$10 says it's pony.
if you
Back to this match, we're getting a lot of close calls with these. They're getting
Close
really
calls,
into
right?
each other.
It's just normal 2 counts.
Yeah, but still. Okay, all he said so far is all hail Inoki in the no mic. I need more information. Who are you? Inoki is a 2.0.
Are you Tony Inoki's other son?
What was Simon Inoki do here?
I didn't say Simon Inoki, I said his other mysterious son we never knew about.
Man, Takaiwa is just pummeling Liger here.
Oh yeah, that's why Pro Wrestling Noah is drawing shit numbers.
Jack, look at all those haters in the voice chat. They don't know what real wrestling is.
And
Yeah,
then
that's why
Voodoo
Pro
types out
Wrestling Noah- that's why
Inokiism
Pro
is
Wrestling
enlightened,
Noah
and
is
Takaiwa with the
Shit.
upset.
If that was so great, then why was Kazuki Fujita only drawing 400 to 600 people?
Yeah, and why the Tokyo Dome show
Jug,
was barely achieving like half of the numbers that New Japan was reaching back in the 90s, huh?
Jug, you do know that was with Fujita as champion.
Wow, the fans
And
did
they-
not
and
like
they- and
seeing
they-
Liger lose.
Yep, and they used Nakajima as a scapegoat.
Oh yeah, and why were the crowd chanting so hard and popping for every move that Chono did, but not popping for any of the moves that Fujita did in their match, G1 Climax 2005 final? Hmm?
Yeah, they were so done with Fujita and all of Antonio Inoki's bullshit.
Yeah, they were cheering Chono so hard. Literally, once he touched Fujita, even with the simplest touch, they were popping hard.
Well, either way, we got an interesting little old school match here. We got a early Puro level of junior heavyweight, a man who won the junior heavyweight belts in the NWA in the 60s versus the winner of the Super J Cup in 1994, Wild Pegasus.
Man, Steven Richards looked really great here.
Yeah, I think he needs to take a haircut or something.
Needs to
Voodoo.
censor other people because this world is filled with very naughty things.
Voodoo. This man, Kazuki Fujita, went into business for himself and changed the planned finish and ruptured Nakajima's eardrum.
Really?
Yeah, he stiffed him.
He
Bruh.
stiffed him. He broke what the planned finish was because he was gonna win the belt, right? But then to further geek out Nakajima, he broke script and literally did a shoot power bomb on him.
Is this Kentaro Hoshino?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's Kentaro Hoshino in his wrestling attire from the old days of when he was active.
Oh, I thought he was just some guy for Makai Club.
Voodoo.
This dude said he'd love to see Nia Jax in Japan.
Oh,
This
that'd be
dude legit
awful.
said he's...
Like the moment
No.
Nia Jax tries to do a match in Japan, there'd be like Kairi Hojo that's just
Look, even
instantly
Inoki is a
holds a
2.0
sign
just
that
saying
says,
no.
"Please leave."
Now,
Even
you know what?
Inoki is a
Yeah,
2.0
let me tell you
saying
something.
you got no, and Jug is also saying no.
Now, let me tell you something, dude. When Chelsea Green was in Stardom, okay, she's doing her Harley Quinn cosplay, right? She hit these weak forearms on Kairi,
Oof.
and she was sticking up the joint, right? Kairi got extremely pissed off and gave her shoot elbows. And she even put some extra force into her insane elbow drop.
Yeah, trying to remember who this Chelsea Green was. What?
Laurel, you remember Laurel Van Ness?
Oh my gosh, what a green wrestler!
Oh,
She was
Well,
like
that's in
she
the
had
name.
this character in.
wait. Wait, I think I know who that is. That Laurel Van Ness?
Yes.
The one where
The
in
Drunk
Impact
Bride.
Wrestling, that was like the drunk bride and all that. That was her character.
Yep.
Oh,
She
my,
was just
Married
oh my
to Matt Cardona.
I hate to be Matt Cardona at the moment.
Who in the hell?
Why?
Who in the hell would want to marry Matt Cardona in the first goddamn place?
Someone that's green, of course. But either
Someone
way,
who's green
I
in the
think we
ring and
all know
literally
who's
has-
gonna win this match. Batting
Wild
hat,
dog!
make sure that the dogs are in the enclosed pool area because I have a bad feeling about this bout.
I'm curious. 'Cause
Well-
I've never seen the wrestling version of Kentaro Hoshi. I've only seen the
Never
managed
seen that.
version. Is this a secret costume?
This is, I think they just got the modern look of him just in his old school attire because trying to make him look how he did before probably was too much work. The only match I seen of Hoshino was that 5 versus 5 New Japan versus UWF. He did any move he did, the crowd went berserk over. And then there was like some of the other wrestlers like Yumatsuka Ueda, the crowd, like he just came in, just like headbutt someone, tag out, and the crowd went nuts. Like he just went in for 10 seconds and the crowd lost their shit. It was amazing. It's definitely like, I don't know why, but like those original Elimination 5 versus 5 tag team matches New Japan had in the 80s, they were some of the best matches that promotion ever had at that decade.
What a wild decade.
Oh yeah, the 80s and 90s for Japan wrestling was just amazing.
Best era ever.
Especially the 90s, because like there were so many promotions compared to like say in Japan for the men's
80s,
you had just basically 2, and then you had ones that tried to start up but then die. Like the UWF died 2 times in the 80s, I believe. You
Yes.
had
Yeah, and
the IWE
UWF and
who
UWF
died.
Newborn.
Yeah, then the IWE died in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
But Wild Pegasus, to the shock of no one, murders.
Of course, but I mean, there's Steven Richards win.
Yeah, and Kentaro Hoshino.
He's a sore loser, Kantaro. That
Of
is.
course.
How is he sore losing? He's getting butchered after the match.
No, he tried to attack. Pegasus.
Oh my god.
Well, no, but this. Well, I was gonna make a Pegasus joke, but this is horrible, so I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, like I think that Among Us game is like people got tired of that game at this point.
Yeah, everyone
Okay.
got tired of it.
Now this next match is gonna be interesting to see.
Well, Rasta will. Well, now he's training people in the LA dojo.
Oh.
You know, Ren Narita, Yuya Uemura are progressing well. You know, Carl Fredericks, Clark Connors, Alex Coughlin.
Okay.
You know, Clark Connors is going to be in the best of the Super Juniors.
I have no idea who Inokiasa 2.0 is at the moment.
No, this
No,
man
I
is
looked
sure.
at mutual
Fair.
servers. He's not in
Voodoo, I'm pretty sure he did not pass on the shoot headbutt to.
Wait a minute.
To Carl.
He saw the event, the last tournament we did, and he was like, "We have to ruin this one as well."
No,
And I'm pretty sure, you know, Ren Narita and Yuya Uemura aren't going to be doing that because Yuya is, I think they're trying to emulate him. He's got, you know, kind of has the Fujinami vibes. But that's what some people feel about Yuya Uemura right now. We kind of, you know, some people are kind of reminded of a young Fujinami.
What the hell is this?
Oh, I'll explain that. We got El Samurai, we all know him. This is Norio Honaga, another 80s, 90s junior heavyweight in New
Boys,
Japan.
I figured it out.
Can I finish first? He would retire and become a referee through a good chunk of the 90s and early 2000s New Japan, and when World Japan split, he joined New World Japan as a referee. And he's available in this game, so this is like an early 90s New Japan match we got. Okay, Zach, you can continue.
Inokiism 2.0 is the artist formerly known as Botch Style Pile Driver.
Oh, okay.
Dun dun dun. How dare you watch style pile driver?
Okay, so
we trusted you.
To be honest, Joe, I'm not sure what people feel about Shota right now. Shota has had some bad luck in his excursion. He got hurt. His excursion got screwed over because of the pandemic. You know, he's gained weight. He did not look that great in his match with Jay. He was still doing like basic, like young line stuff. It looks like he hasn't progressed a lot. It feels like he's regressed a bit.
Oh, that's definitely not good.
Yeah, and he was hurt at one point. Like, at least Yota Tsuji, you know, like, I think maybe he regressed a little bit because, you know, the Red Pro shut down, right? But it looks like he's, you know, going back up to speed. He's even doing TV stuff in the UK right now. That was like his, like, Jug, of course, that was his first outing since the pandemic.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah, so, you know, I feel like, you know, his stuff got halted because of the shutdown stuff, too, in the middle of his excursion. But at least Yota Tsuji is showing progression. Hell, he was doing Hurricanranas and shit for being a heavyweight.
Yeah, of the recent, the ones that are on excursion, I'd say Ren Narita is, in my opinion, going to be the best one so far.
Yeah, Ren and Yuya are the ones to keep an eye on of the native guys. Shota needs to rebuild his confidence.
Yeah, or else you end up like, say, some of the other young lions that like lasted a year or 1 year and a half. Or
yeah, because you know people believe that Shota was going to be the new ace in the future, but it might be either Yuya or Ren.
I'm gonna go with Ren more.
Yeah, Gabriel Kid. I don't think we're gonna be seeing him for a while.
Did Perry Saturn ever work Japan? I think he had like a tour in New Japan maybe once, I think.
Yeah, he did
think
teaming
so.
in a tag team with Josh Barnett.
Oh boy.
Would he be fun in Japan? Well, he would definitely be a lot more sober when it came to the hard drugs. Maybe it would have helped him in, rehabbing him in a way. But the alcohol, that would be the one thing you have to worry about with him, because, like, if I recall, like, Perry Saturn's had a lot of personal demons in his life.
Yeah, I feel bad
It's
for
almost
him.
like, say, Chris Farley, what he had to deal with.
But don't buy the. I hope no one bought the moppy that they sold on WWE Shop.
Why would I buy a mop from WWE when I could just go to a hardware store to buy a mop?
Oh well, that's the exact same thought, but that's not the reason why I said don't buy it.
Oh.
I'm sure you guys already know why, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I feel bad for whoever bought that one.
No, I don't know why we should not buy the mop.
Well, don't forget he got that was his punishment.
Oh man, I
For
just
shooting
remembered
on Mike
another
Tyson.
stupid thing that was made into merchandise by the WWE. Remember the Hacksaw Jim Duggan foam 2x4s?
Oh,
Yeah, like you could get a foam 2x4 to cheer for Duggan when, a real 2x4 would have been much easier probably. Then again, they're
I'm
probably
pretty sure you don't
afraid
want your
of,
kids
like,
getting splinters.
yeah, of course. You gotta worry about kids and splinters, because splinters kill like 10 billion kids a year, apparently.
What? Splinters?
Oh, yes. Don't you know,
I
every
had a
child
smell.
until they
Yes.
turn to 8 years old are hypochondriacs or something.
No, every child before 8 years old are psychopaths. Well, I have one in my house right now. 2 of them, sorry.
Well, every evil is lemons.
No. Voodoo's got one about like other wrestlers that could have been good for. Oh wow, reverse roll up for a good little trip in Japan.
Well, originally, Voodoo, let me tell you something. Originally, Matt Riddle was supposed to come with Jeff Cobb to be in the World Tag League at one time.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that didn't turn out.
Yeah, and New Japan were interested in Matt Riddle, but the Fed got to the dinner table first.
And also,
I think he might have been busted if he went to Japan, because the dude's a stoner, which in Japan is evil.
Well, I
Just
guess
ask
Ernest
Matt
Riddle.
Riddle.
Portnoy.
Well, easy. Just ask Matt Sydal.
SpongeBob reference.
Norio Honaga with an upset there.
Yeah, that is definitely
Upset.
enough. Like Voodoo,
Yeah.
just ask Matt Sydal. He got locked up.
What crowd are we using here?
I have the New Japan crowd.
God, what did they ever get excited about? It seems like all we get is 60s and 70s.
Oh, the first 2 matches were in the 80s.
Oh yeah, what did you get excited about? Why don't you ask that to
There
the World Japan crowd? Why don't you ask that to those smarts?
Oh my god! My gosh, the World Japan crowd. It's like basically get the Fire Russo chanters in TNA in like 2010, put them in a show, and then just give them nothing but Russo booking.
No,
First, let me
just
tell
get
you
all the
something.
AEW and WWE haters and the Fire Russo people into one crowd, and that's the
Yo,
WJ crowd in a nutshell.
of course, I got to tell you this, man. I saw this tweet right from like from a bot from like a '90s Meltzer bot, right?
Oh dear.
You want to know who in New Japan hated going to Korakuen Hall?
Who in New Japan hated going to Korakuen Hall?
And this is '90s New Japan.
90s New Japan. I'm gonna say someone that
Muto.
we least expect.
Muto.
Okay, that would
What?
explain a bit.
Okay, you want to know why Muto hated going to Korakuen in the '90s?
Too claustrophobic.
No, because the fans were smarks in Korakuen.
Wow.
Lol.
Oh,
Mu-
Glacier. Voodoo said Glacier. I would have think Glacier in New Japan in the 90s would have been interesting.
Oh my god, Glacier's gimmick that they used before WCW died, where he basically returned as Glacier and was acting like he saved the cat, I think, from Mike Tyson, when in reality he didn't do anything. Like that gimmick that he used at the end of his run at WCW, That was actually the best part of his career, other than the Glacier is coming thing.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if Jerry Flynn worked New Japan. Hey, let me tell you guys something. Do you want to know where Jerry Flynn made his wrestling debut?
I'm gonna
Where?
guess it was in like FMW, right?
Yes, his very first wrestling match was in FMW in a barbed wire tag in a barbed wire tag death match with him, and I forgot who his partner was. I think it was Aoyagi versus Tarzan,
Interesting.
Goto, and Onita.
It was probably Aoyagi because like he was
Yeah,
part of that karate league, and hey, we need
Interesting
someone
way to
here.
debut.
Tar-
Yeah.
Tarzan Goto is a human shitbag. Fuck him.
yeah, but I'm not talking about Goto, dude. I'm talking about Jerry Flynn.
Guys, we got rid of Keys in 2.0.
Every time Tarzan Goto is even remotely mentioned, I feel like it's my duty to remind people that he's a human shitbag.
Wait. Who is Akira Nogami again? I forgot.
Akira, the guy with all caps Akira, his older gimmick that is Alta Tire in this is his usual Akira Nogami. Like
What
Hisei
did he do in New Japan?
Ishingun, that was what he did as Nogami, but before that, like after that, Akira, where he was just basically the guy who eats the pins for Team 2000, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, the guy who followed Chono around, that was Akira.
And he was a movie star.
His face looked similar. Like I thought like, oh, that's maybe is Akira, but like yeah, okay, cool.
Are movies from Japan even any good?
It depends. Like I know
There
that
was-
Battle
there was some
Royale movie was so popular that it influenced many things.
I actually like that movie. I watched it, but my god, the characters, they take so many bullets to die. It's unrealistic.
That's only the final guy. The final guy
No,
and one of
not
the
the
girls.
final guy. I'm talking about all the other characters. They take so many bullets, like a lot, and then they die. The final character was wearing a bulletproof vest, I think.
I know another movie for Zach, one that he likes. I definitely know, Seven Samurai. It was so popular
watched
that it was made as a love letter for an American cowboy movie called Magnificent Seven.
I saw the Samurai 7 anime way back when.
Okay.
Never saw the movie.
Wait, stop.
What?
There's an anime of Seven Samurai.
Yeah, it aired on Tsunami way back when. It was like
Why has nobody told me this?
We felt
Because I
like if
don't
we
follow
told you, you would go wild.
Hey,
We wanted to
does
save the
anybody
world from your hype.
Wait, here's this. Anybody remember Ronin Warriors?
Not
Who?
off the top of my head. And then, of course, you got the Studio Ghibli movies that everyone goes wild for, like, say, Howl's Moving Castle, Kiki's Delivery Service. Those are good.
The live-action Rurouni Kenshin movies are good.
I remember Death Note had a live-action movie trilogy.
Or Samurai X, depending on where in the world you
Yeah.
are.
I've actually seen the Death Note live actions. Well, I saw the first one.
Yeah, that's me too. The CG they did for what are they called? Tomagani or whatever they're called. The one
Shinigami.
Yeah, the one that follows Light. They did a good job for that one for the CG.
Yeah.
And the guy who played Light
here's the
did
thing
a
with
great
the
job.
because the thing with the movie version with the live action movie is that they use key elements of the story, but they told their own thing with it.
Yeah, which I
So
think
they
was
kept
neat.
they just put like their own spin on the story, but they kept some of the key events that happened, but they changed like a few things to make it its own story in the movie.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, and I thought
So,
they did a good job with it.
Yeah, because it's the way they did the ending, right? Because in the ending, he's trying to have his dad brainwashed with the Death Note to kill him, right? But that didn't work. Yeah, so they did a couple of alterations and stuff, but but I think the live action of the first Death Note movie actually wasn't that bad.
All right.
So who are your picks for winning this match?
I'm going Koji Kanemoto over Akira Nogami. How about everyone else?
Koji Kanemoto.
I'll join you too in picking Kanemoto.
Yeah.
Voodoo,
Kanemoto-
Chug, JM.
It's very
you
odd
guys
that
got?
Kanemoto was
Kanemoto.
probably gonna go with Nogami.
Of course, JM is the devil's advocate. He's the only one who picked Nogami. So if Nogami wins, we're all going to be angry at JM. But it's a very close bout, it looks like.
Hey, what do you guys think?
No
Oh,
way.
wait, never.
Oh my god, he broke his ankle. He broke his ankle.
Kurt Angle would be proud.
You know, of course, what do you think of Kanemoto being hard to work with by mid-late 2000s?
My guess
That
is
New just left him. That New just left him in All Japan and took Bushi.
My guess is.
Wait, what do you mean? What do
wise-
you mean?
Oh,
I don't
that's a tie for match of the night so far. The Ohtani Sano's that level 2.
God, it's like New Japan's strict on the heavyweights, but the juniors just
They
reign
love the
before.
juniors. They love the juniors.
Best juniors in town. But my guess is, what's the word I'm thinking of? What you were saying with
Oh my god, what the hell?
oh yeah, Koji Kanemoto. I guess is at that time frame, Kanemoto just felt like his career was stagnating, so he just decided to put his attitude in his work, which just pissed off everyone. Oh, this is going to be an interesting bout. Two of Tiger Mask's greatest rivals battling it in the first round. We got Kuniaki Kobayashi, who would actually have a bout against Mitsuharu Misawa in All Japan when he was Tiger Mask
Not
2.
Mitsuharu Misawa. You're talking about Tiger Mask 2.
Yeah, that was Misawa as Tiger Mask 2.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, you should have said Tiger Mask 2 instead of Misawa, because, that was the gimmick he was using. Gotta be realistic here.
And if I recall, that match was rated 5 out of 5 by Meltzer. You know,
Wait,
back
really?
back at a time period when 5 stars was actually hard to get by him. And of course, here we go, the guy who got the first ever 5-star, Dynamite Kid.
This is bald Dynamite Kid. This is 90. This looks like 96 Dynamite Kid mixed in with Dynamite Kid that we all know and love.
Oh, the bastard one.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't. I know I saw Dynamite's at least a picture of Dynamite '96. He looked terrible, but he
Yeah.
had it coming. He
Yeah,
had
they
it
just-
coming.
He deserved it. What an asshole.
Let's just say that Dynamite. Well, let's just say that Dynamite Kid. You know, he went all out.
That's one way of saying it.
What do you mean?
Basically, he abused his body horribly with his in-ring style and steroid usage.
Yeah, then some creative wrestler took some inspiration from him.
Oh my god. Jug's got a good comment. Let's go Dynamite Kid. Beat his ass, not your wife.
Oh.
Oh, come on, man. I don't think he beat his wife. I only remember that he put
Oh,
a
he
shotgun
did.
to her face.
Yeah, he was a pretty abusive guy.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he's just saying like, "Oh, don't worry, there were blanks. There is nothing in the shotgun. I don't care if you just got a Nerf gun. You still kind of
No,
did
he
something
said he didn't say that. He said next time it'll be loaded.
Oh my god, what a freaking asshole!
Yeah,
But,
he died. He died on his 60th birthday, broken, pathetic, and in a wheelchair.
And alone.
So a broken birthday, a birthday, like you were originally gonna say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
There's this Max
I
Payne
think we're all
quote.
cheering Kobayashi except Jug
Yeah.
for this.
Kobayashi all day. I'm sorry, Dynamite Kid. I know you're one of the greatest, wrestlers of all time in terms of in-ring skill, but because you're an asshole in real life, go F yourself.
Wasn't Kobayashi the mask hunter?
I think he was, yeah. He tried to take out the Tiger Masks 1 and 2 through his career. He was even part
But he
of the
failed.
Heisei Shingun stable in the 90s, and then he retired. And I think he did a lot of backstage roles afterwards. And I believe he was at the a couple of the New Japan Rumbles at the January 4th shows, like once every other 3 years, basically.
Yeah, he did a few. I think he did at least 2 of them.
Was he at the one for this year?
No.
Okay, because I know he definitely did one.
They didn't
for
really
the-
bring. They didn't really bring legends for that New Japan Rumble.
Oh, it doesn't
well,
make
except
sense. This is
Fujinami.
NJPW's 50th anniversary, and they
Well,
don't bring legends?
for the 50th anniversary show, they did that where they had Fujiwara, Fujinami, and Koshinaka all in matches. And then they
Yeah,
had
but
that
that's it, really.
ceremony where they had 50 years worth of some native legends, even going as far as guys backstage. That was really impressive.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like
But don't
it was
forget
Did
that a
really
lot of
sad to see
Inoki or
Kengo
something?
Kimura, who had to come out on a walking stick.
Yeah, because
Oh,
it was bad. You got to remember that Koshinaka, Fujinami, and them can still move around and go. The
I know, I
others
understand.
you will die if they step in the ring.
Who?
I'm saying like a short appearance, not an in-ring kind of appearance.
They had that for the ceremony, thankfully.
Wait. Fujinami.
Did they
can
bring
still
Inoki or
wrestle?
something?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he still wrestles. He wrestles
Dude's
like
pushing
maybe
70.
5.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he still goes.
Voodoo. You got to remember the style that Fujinami wrestles.
Technical is much easier on you than high flying and brawling.
Yeah, even though
Remember,
it's like what, in
Fujinami
his
always
60s
wrestled a
right now?
more technical, grounded style.
Even though Fujinami's in his 60s right now, he has a much more technical and soft style on the body, so he's still wrestling like even 50 years now. I mean, like this man is insane.
Yeah,
All you
and
have to do is
even
just
though
wrestle-
I
he's
thought brawling was
slower.
relatively safe.
Oh no, that depends on like say powerhouse style brawling. I should be more specific. Because like taking those bumps, it's gonna hurt. And then of course for the high flying, your knees are gonna die out.
Yeah, even Jeff Hardy slowed down significantly.
That's why I'm probably in the minority when I say Matt Hardy was the better Hardy, because he did a lot more things that were different compared to Jeff, and
He was
also
a lot more consistent.
and not just that, but like when it came to character work, Matt Hardy version 1.0, Broken Matt Hardy, they were much better than some of the things Jeff Hardy did for
Wait.
characters. that were-
Heartbroken Matt Hardy, the gimmick 2005
Yep.
that I'd like to call.
Wait
Oh
a
yeah,
minute.
the one that was against Edge, that was a good one too. Oh, Kobayashi wins.
Match.
Yay!
I got
And
to
the,
tell you right now. Did you just say Jeffhardy? His name is Brother Nero.
That was a weird.
Speaking of Jeff, he's gonna be wrestling Darby Allin in the Owen.
I feel like
Yeah.
Jeff's gonna die.
Oh, speaking of Darby Allin, I think he's not gonna have a super long career either.
Yep.
He knows that, and he does not care. He's
Like,
even
this
said
guy
that.
is
He said that publicly. He does not care if he dies in the ring.
Okay.
this guy is one of the best topes I've ever
Oh my
seen in
god,
my life.
Jug, no. He said that Dynamite Kid lost and is about to fight his wife.
Yeah, so a batting hat or okay, who wants to be the guy that watches over Dynamite Kid to make sure he doesn't do anything wrong?
Me, I've been the victim of bullying for 9 years, okay? I know how to deal with this shit.
Okay, here, take this
we're-
pack of quarters and put them in your fist when you punch him. There you go.
Ah, yeah, the Rude brother.
Oh, it looks like we're gonna have a. It looks like, of course, we're gonna be having a problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, here comes
This-
the other. Hey, here comes the other Muto puppet that's booking your beloved Noah.
Yeah. Now this is an
This man is the
interesting match.
biggest Muto kiss ass ever.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he used his tongue for toilet paper with how much ass he kisses. But either way, that was very graphic. I apologize. But either way, this is the Battle of the Kens, because you got Kengo Kimura and Kendo Kashin in this bout.
Oh man.
Now, Kashin, we already know about him. He was a problem everywhere he went. Junior heavyweight champion, did a lot of stuff there. Went to All Japan Junior Division, all that.
Did a very shitty performance in ROH where the fans were chanting, "Don't come back."
Then Kengo Kimura was a multiple-time tag team champion with Tatsumi Fujinami, but in the 70s they had bouts over the WWF light heavyweight title, and that's why he's here.
Yep.
Because if Fujinami's in the heavyweight all-star, I'll put Kimura in the junior.
Fujinami's best
He
friend.
said that. Well, Voodoo, he said that because she can't skateboard to save her life.
My gosh, you're right. I forgot about that with Cora Jade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, Voodoo. Darby Allin named himself after Gigi Allen, and I've never seen him defecate in the ring on live TV, let alone throw his waist in the crowd. Are you saying you're not ready to see what he does in the later half of his career?
Oh boy.
I think Darby will not do anything that dumb that would get AEW into some shit.
Oh my gosh. Now let's place our bets. Kengo or Kendo?
Kengo.
I'm gonna go with Kengo.
And I'm thinking Kashin because of those arm bars.
I mean, like, Kashin has some sweet arm bars, but Kengo's more old school.
And we need more old school guys in this tournament.
Yep.
Well, let's see. We got
Teach
Kobayashi, Honaga, Pegasus, and Tiger Mask Original. That like half
Fat
the tournament.
Sayama. No, don't call him Tiger Mask Original. Just call him Fat Sayama. That's his name now.
Half of the people, like 4 of the 7 spots, are already old school guys.
You know, how come Tiger Mask 4 isn't in this tournament?
Oh, because I went more of the all-star style, so I went with the original one. Oh, Rasta has a good question for everyone. How did you guys celebrate MILF Day?
I mean, Mother's Day. Actually, nothing, because isn't Mother's Day supposed to be on March 21st?
In the country that Rasta's from, it's the second Sunday of May that becomes Mother's Day.
Oh well.
I was at work, and my mother is in the South, so I did speak with her. I did speak with her. She was actually texting a storm to me and my sister that morning.
Well, I was dealing with heavy depression, so I was trying to sit with my mom as well. Oh man, I'm so sorry, Voodoo. I'm really sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy day for me, to say the least.
Hey, she's in a much better place now.
I guess.
Problem.
To quote a very good character, mothers never leave.
Hell of a quote.
Oh, or this had quote "Al-Jannah تحت أقدام الأمهات," which basically means heaven is beneath a mother's feet.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Would you guys consider Osamu Kido more of a heavy? Was he a heavyweight, Osamu Kido?
He was more heavyweight, definitely.
He was more heavyweight.
Yeah, I don't know why you're asking that. It's because of the whole pony thing. He's just sent you a text message. Where's that fucker? Like, even though that they use Pony as an agent, he's still upset about it.
Yeah, you know, like
he's still upset about it getting accidentally pushed down the stairs.
Of course, let me tell you what I'm gonna do. Right, sometime this week, right, I'm gonna make a New Japan show, and the main event is gonna be Muto versus Kido.
All right.
Oh my god. Okay.
It will be the revenge match.
Wait. I have a better storyline for all this. I guess I don't know.
Oh, what's that?
About the whole pony thing. So you know that Maeda and Kido were like a theory, I guess, since I'm not sure if this is supposed to be canon or not.
Okay.
All right. So we all know that.
Wait a minute! Oh, almost had him. Kengo Kimura almost got him. Oh wait, 1, 2. Oh, almost had him again.
Yeah, we're getting some 2.9 to make the crowd
I
wild.
had to collect myself for a wee bit. Anyway,
understandable.
Let's go, Kendo.
But you know, I got an idea for a storyline.
What would that be?
All right, of course, I would need your help. because you know I want to make use. Do you remember that one storyline I did with Fujita?
Oh, where he was destroying everyone in Noah.
Yeah. Now, what if we did a thing where what would happen if Brock Lesnar just came into Noah?
No.
No, I veto this. No, fuck you. No.
Like Inoki is sent Kazuki Fujita. He sends his Inokiism into Noah in their prime days, and Noah has to fight off the evil forces of Inokiism.
I wonder how well that would work.
Well,
Well-
Fujita did destroy the four pillars.
Well, we'll find out on that soon. I got the second round. Oh, Fujita in WWE, he would get fired within a week because of how stiff he is. Either way.
Yeah. I can imagine him I can imagine imagine Hardcore Holly trying to rib him.
Oh my gosh, those two would kill each other in a shoot fight backstage. Of course,
Yeah.
Fujita
Yeah.
would probably
For
win
Holly?
in reality.
Vegeta's probably winning that fight.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
No.
You know the habit of WWE changing people's names, so maybe they could call Kazuyuki Fujita as Fugalita or something. I don't know.
No. You know what they would do? They would put, Fujita would be, because remember, when Inoki and them were booking, Fujita was booked Goldberg style.
Oh, Fuberg or something.
Berg.
Kazberg.
Go-
I think they just call him Kaz, to be
Fu-
honest.
Fujita Berg.
Vince McMahon has this fetish for shortening people's names. So yeah, he'd just be called Kaz.
I'm surprised he didn't shorten his name. Instead of Vince McMahon, he comes out to just Vince.
As he wants you to know, I'm McMahon.
Fuck you somehow.
No,
I make
no.
an exception for myself.
Just Mac Man. That's it.
And then after a while, it just turns to Mick. Okay, so here we go. Round
No,
2
no,
of
no.
tournament.
Yeah,
How
man,
about
when I was doing
shortening other people's names? Shortening all the names
when
of
I was
the
doing
family.
the online, when I was doing the looking for online orders earlier today, right? I
Yeah.
literally saw an online order which the last name did say MacMan, but not that McMahon.
Of course not.
Did
Wait,
you
guys,
get
wait.
worried for half a second?
Yes, I got worried for half a second.
Beautiful.
But then I read
How
the
about
first
Vince?
name and I'm like, oh wait, never mind.
How about Vince shortens all the names of the McMahon family, and just to differentiate himself from them, he just calls himself Big Mac since he's the oldest one.
And what's the other one? Shane Mac? Then there's Steph Mac. And then Lynn Mac. Doesn't even do Linda, just Lynn.
And then Triple Mac.
Then Hulk Hogan would just be called Hulk. Stone Cold Steve Austin just becomes
No,
Stone.
not Hulk, because that's Marvel.
Don't worry, Vince McMahon will say that I'm more powerful than Marvel. I do what I want. You have it under Incredible Hulk. I have Hulk. He's more incredible because he doesn't have to have the name Incredible in his name.
Anyway, as I was saying, I make an exception for myself. Because, I'm Vincent Kennedy McMahon. I can do what I want.
If I tell you to hold the toilet paper, you're gonna do it.
Oh my god, Fat Sayama!
He's got
I
that.
don't know who this Sayama guy is, but that tiger mask looks cool. That's the kind of cartoon character.
Oh yeah,
I
I gotta remember that. And then that idiot got caught with steroids.
Oh yeah, the
and-
Mr. Kennedy.
Have him in a tag team with have him in a tag team with the Gobbledygooker.
That's right, the
forgot what I
Mr.
was gonna
Kennedy.
say,
He had
though.
all this stuff set up for his career, and he blew it away.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you blew it. You had it on. You blew it.
If Fujita and Hardcore Holly got into a straight fight, Holly would be washed within a good 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Hollywood died. Sorry.
He
Yeah.
sandbags his own ass whooping.
Hardcore Holly's a mark for his own toughness. Like, you think, ooh, I beat on someone much smaller than me. Yeah, I'm a real tough man.
I beat a cancer patient once. That means I'm tough.
Yeah, exactly.
I beat a 10-year-old once. I'm a tough man.
I
Of course.
stiff somebody and tough enough.
Yeah.
I ganged up on an MMA fighter with 3 other guys because I know I couldn't beat him straight up.
I beat a quadriplegic.
You know, I think a lot of the old-time wrestlers who aren't shooters, their toughness has been overinflated, so to speak.
There's some though that I think that are never gonna be overinflated and will still stand the test of time. And I ain't just
Wait, I have a
mentioning
better one. I
Mang.
have a good one.
Race, for
I
example.
have a good one. I have a good one.
So, like, let me tell you right now,
Oh, yeah,
beating
Haku's
up
one of them.
drunks in a bar is far different than actually taking on someone who can actually fucking fight.
I don't think you
Who knew?
understand. The police
Who knew?
put bear mace in Haku's face, and he no-sold the bear mace.
Haku is an exception to the rule.
And of
man
course,
Yeah.
Andre the Giant has a
Ming
quote of
it,
the saying.
Ming used the Tongan death grip in a real fight and nearly killed a guy. He literally had the guy foaming from the mouth.
Oh my god.
So anyone who says
Stevie Ray told the story.
I'm afraid of Haku, so don't. I never said anything bad about him in my life. Okay, not even once.
yeah, you got to keep that
So,
up. I'm surprised that Haku never took WCW hostage and had like creative control like Hogan and NWO guys.
Yeah.
Him and Goldberg should have just been like, him, Goldberg, and, well, more so him and Steiner. Him and Steiner, just think of Haku and Steiner terrorizing the locker room.
You know, that's
You
what
know-
WCW
Well-
should have just done that. Like how there was that DX quote-unquote tank. They should have just had like the next week of Monday Nitro. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Hart has some found footage, and it's just Jimmy Hart filming Haku Ming just destroying WWE headquarters. Everyone's running away because they know not to mess with him.
I know
Yeah,
Haku-
that would be perfect.
I know Haku's crazy tough, but I still think Steiner would probably win maybe 6-4 in a shoot.
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Because of his
Haku
amateur
is
wrestling
undefeated.
credentials.
Nothing like Goku and Ultra Instinct cannot beat Haku. I think people don't seem to understand this.
Or come Batman can't beat Haku.
Haku is goddamn terrifying.
Yes, he
But as I
is.
was saying with the
Steiner can
story, with
shoot.
the Andre the Giant quote, he was quoted as saying there's 2 wrestlers he would never want to mess with, Haku and Harley Race.
I had Akira Maeda to that list too.
Well, I don't know.
Harley
Andre
Race-
the oh yeah oh yeah.
Weren't most of Harley Race's fights against drunks in bars?
Hey, same with Haku, and yet we all know not to mess with him. I wouldn't be
Well,
surprised if
Haku
there's
had
a
his
story of
own
Harley
thing,
Race just slapping a
sure
guy
Haku
so
has
hard.
had his- I'm pretty sure Haku has had his own stories, like in Puerto Rico and stuff like that.
Because
Wait, I actually have a funny. Can I say
buy
something that's
Haku
weird?
with-
Wait,
Say Batty Hat.
can I say like a hardcore Holly joke like you guys did?
Okay,
yeah,
say
go
it.
for it.
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
I beat a baby with 3 other guys because.
Wow, that is some asshole level. If you have to have 2 other guys to beat a baby, a fucking baby. What an asshole!
Give Papa Booby.
Oh yeah. Remember,
Marks were going
when,
down.
hey, remember when Goldberg headbutted a door and gave himself a concussion?
Yeah, what a fucking asshole.
What a
Point
idiot.
being that Haku had crazy genetics on his side.
He
I was
didn't have
too scared to
genetics.
do it
He was just
myself.
blessed by the gods themselves. They said,
Harley, I think he would have gotten washed by any shooter during the era.
I don't
I
think
go-
any, like, maybe he's not a clean fighter, but, like, he's still someone you don't want to fight.
Like,
Yeah.
Backlund would tie him in knots.
No,
Bad news
Backlund
Allen
knows not to mess with Haku.
I'm talking about a race. I'm talking about race.
Oh, Race? No, I think Race would
Yeah.
have done good.
Like,
No, Race is a tough man.
Like, when he lost
I
half of
still
his
think-
intestines, he still kept going like nothing happened.
Okay, that is
Half of his
incredibly tough.
intestines?
Yeah, like,
But
he
I
actually
still-
had, like,
I-
some
I still
surgery.
I still think Race gets washed by shooters. Like, Backlund would tie him in knots. Bad News Allen would beat the tar out of him.
Oh, Bad News Allen, yeah, he would be a tough wrestler, too, because he was a guy that nobody wanted to mess with.
He was also a bronze medalist in Olympic judo.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
He
what's he
also
got?
Oh my
got
God.
in the
Oh.
UWI.
Fat Sayama wins!
That was a very competitive bout. That's
Yeah,
like
probably the
some-
best
Yeah,
match of the
alright, so
night.
who do you guys? Who's your favorites in the tournament so far? Who do you got?
Sayama.
I'm not really paying attention. I'm just here to chat more, to be honest.
TM.
I'm sorry.
TM.
Hey,
my
Pony.
favorites are TM1 and Liger.
Where's your massive
Well,
army,
unfortunately,
Pony?
Liger got eliminated the first round by Takaiwa.
Ah,
I'm trying to
shit.
think
Who
of,
is in
I'm
this
trying to think of
match?
wrestlers who were born around Race's year. Race was born in like 42 or so. So I'm trying to keep it within a 10-year span, if it's that.
All right.
Who
Well,
those kind of guys who'd wash Race in a fight or in a shoot, so to speak. I think the Iron Sheik definitely has a shot.
the Iron Sheik would just go. He's he just basically go like he the first punch he hit, he'll go fuck you, you fucker, Iron Sheik #1 fighter. He just get into his shtick and forget the
Iron
fight.
Sheik was a legitimate amateur wrestler, though.
Yeah, but you got to remember he's on crack.
And crazy strong. Have
Yeah, but you
seen
got to
his fucking
remember
club routine?
he's on crack.
So we got a cracked out former amateur wrestler who's crazy strong with his Persian club. Yeah, I'm thinking he takes Race in a fight.
No, I don't think you get
Cheeky
it.
Baby wins.
The crack is both a pro and a con. But yeah, Pony, you came at a great time. We're in
Now,
round 2 of our
let me
tournament
tell
for
you
the.
something.
Let me finish talking to Pony for a
Alright,
second,
sorry.
Voodoo, then you could get to your Iron Sheik rant. We are in match 2 of our round 2 of the All Stars for Junior Heavyweight in New Japan tournament. Liger lost in the first round to this guy here, so that's how wild it's been. Okay, you can start the rant now, Voodoo.
Okay, give me a sec. So, the Harley Race. Great athlete, very tough man, very strong, very hard, but in the real shoot, I shoot him. I beat him. And do you know why? Iran, #1! USSR, #1! USA!
I hate how he gets the mannerisms just right.
No. Y'all gotta hear me go. Jim Brunzilla, great athlete, great high jumper from the and she goes nuts, rant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, you'll not go far, you'll not go beach, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Break your back,
crazy.
fuck you ass, make you humble. Dude, Sheik, I don't think people want you to sodomize someone in the middle of WrestleMania.
you know.
No one wants to see. No one wants to see the Sheik spoon someone at WrestleMania. Okay.
You know,
Hold a minute.
oh my
hold
gosh,
a minute.
you just reminded me. Someone
was that,
actually showed this to the Sheik on like one of those kayfabe commentary shoots. Someone said, Sheik, did you know that when you're putting Hulk Hogan in the camel clutch in '84, you apparently got an erection?
Yeah.
And then they showed the footage, and it was like, it actually, he did get an erection. Put it on the camel clutch on Hogan. And
anyway,
Sheik is just like flabbergasted, like, what the hell? What did I think? Like he couldn't comprehend what he saw of himself.
Oh my god.
He was like
About
so.
that
He was like
video-
so bad. Like who was paying attention to that?
Someone
Damn
must have been really bored that day.
Anyway, about that video, I watched that video. The one where Sheik got his stiffy. Someone in the YouTube comments said, somewhere in an alternate universe, Sheik got off his briefs and on Hulk's back, and it was one of the highlights of his career.
Oh my gosh. But
What the hell?
you know, it's funny that Pony wants, like, he says Pony's goal is to take out Tiger Mask 1. You think he would do something about Wild Pegasus? You know, Steven Richards here.
Anyway, yeah, that sounds like a highlight. Maybe I do make the Hulk Hogan's backroom bill.
Oh my gosh.
I would explain what I did to help Wild Pegasus, but this is a family friendly show.
Oh no. Oh no.
I don't know if we can call it family friendly since I just made that comment.
Pony
Well,
is
I didn't
going
make a
to
comment. Someone
hell.
on
Clap,
YouTube
clap,
did.
clap, clap, clap. Something like that. I don't
Let me
know.
see if I can find it. I will be right back. Let me see if I can find the comment. I'll post it in my chat if I can find it.
Oh, great. Batty Hat made a good comment. You and your boyfriend Pegasus won't stop Tiger Mask. We're learning much more. Pony is the...
I was hoping Ohtani could deal with him.
Well, I got some bad news with that. Ohtani lost.
Yeah.
I
Where the
don't-
hell? Yeah, where the hell were you at?
I don't know, where the fuck's Tashin at?
He got
He
eliminated
lost.
in the first round.
Oh, here it is. Here it
Are
is.
you
Here it
kidding
is.
me?
One sec.
No. All
You made me-
the people that could have ruined it got eliminated in the first round. The only person that
Thank
you could
you.
say, like, Tiger Mask is advancing, Takaiwa, Pegasus are here. The next match is Honaga and Kanimoto, and then Kimura and Kobayashi.
The only bad person in this tournament is Pegasus. That's it.
So, Pony, you gotta take one for the team and apparently put the dogs in the enclosed pool area.
No, I am not doing that. There are some standards I have, and killing dogs is not one of them.
Standards.
Wait. Who said anything about Benoit killing dogs?
Thought you were telling me to kill dogs.
Oh, no. That was like the last text message he gave.
Yes.
God
Huh.
damn it!
Haha.
Takaiwa. Anyway,
I just like how
Yeah.
all of the people that could ruin the tournament, Pony's men have been eliminated.
Pony's entire
Get out of here,
army is
Pony.
done.
Justice has been
Get
served once again.
fucked- Get
Anyway.
fucked, nerd.
Oh,
Fucking wild.
I posted the comment in No Mic Chat. It's genuine.
Okay. I'll have to see that soon.
God, oh my God, look at that.
I think this is going very good of a tournament so far.
Get absolutely fucked, nerd.
This next match. Who do you guys got? Norio Honaga or Koji Kanemoto?
Norio
Koji
Honaga.
Kanemoto.
Norio Honaga.
Kanemoto.
We got a 50-50 it sounds like here.
Split crowd. Let's go. Mother bitch.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing.
I understand.
I got that comment. Shiki baby. It's gonna be a sad day when Shiki baby dies. It is really gonna be a sad day, dude. Dude was funny as hell. Even if he had the misfortune of taking place in the worst match I've ever saw in my life.
No, that's the funny part. That's the punchline of his comedy routine. Now this guy. This is a dark horse in the tournament now.
You know what? Screw it. I'm putting a bounty on Tiger Mask 1.
Alright, so you want Takaiwa to take him out.
Anyone! Let's just take out the guy that ruined pro wrestling.
How?
Pony.
By beating
Okay.
Dynamite
ruined
Kid
pro
one
wrestling.
time?
Shut up, nerd.
No, he invited Hickson Gracie to Japan.
For sure.
Oh, I know
That's
why.
reason
I know why.
That's it?
I know why. It's because Tiger Mask was one of the ones who pioneered the high flying style, and because Pony's a Jim Cornette mark, he wants Tiger Mask 1 to be killed.
Jim Cornette.
I think the thing
Too
is the whole
modern
Sound like
Shuto
Jim
promotion.
Cornette. What the hell?
Jim Cornette is too modern for me.
That's so. What's your style, Ed the
Wait,
Strangler Lewis?
wait. I have even someone who's
George Hackett-
more than
George
Jim Cornette.
George
I know
Hackett
someone
Smith
who's
is
more
too
than Jim
modern.
Cornette. I know someone who's more than Jim Cornette. It was Ole Anderson. Pony's a big fan of Ole Anderson, so that's why he's like this.
Man, I think even Cornette and Ole Anderson would sound modern as shit compared to the stuff Carl Gotch said.
My God.
Carl
Norio Honaga.
No. I'm going a step further. George Hackett Schmidt was too
Well,
modern.
I don't
What-
remember.
what?
I don't
So
remember
before
hacking
pro
or
wrestling.
advancing on modern stuff. I know both Farmer Burns and Ed Lewis ran it on at their time modern stuff. Farmer Burns said he wasn't a big fan of the show holds used in that time frame and didn't want to teach his students those holds. Ed Lewis didn't like the slam bang style of wrestling of like the 1930s.
My gosh. I can't wait to hear, like, say, Abe Lincoln shooting on a style of wrestling in the 1860s.
Wasn't Abe Lincoln the first ever person who
What
did
are
the
these
choke slam?
punches?
That's the folklore is that he invented the choke slam.
Oh my god. Imagine, I wish I could see his thoughts on pro wrestling.
To be fair, though, he did invent the rocket jump.
That being said, Lewis and Burns weren't.
Well, either way, we got a good 50-50 match here with a 50-50 crowd.
Hey, Chorus,
Yeah.
I know who we need to put as security for Tiger Mask 1.
Chuck
Right.
Norris. You know, like at Survivor Series 1994, we just get Chuck Norris out there.
What?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
What?
Tony, you notice that's something that would really piss you off?
What?
Check out Pure Wave's latest video. Just see who's it about.
Yeah. Hold on. Y'all thought Cornette was heavy-handed with his opinions? Carl Gotch outright said that Harley Race, yes, that Harley Race, was a clown.
Oh man, he hasn't seen anyone
I
yet.
know, he said that.
I can't
He
wait to
said that,
see
I
what
know.
Carl Gotch's opinion on, say, like, freaking Big E when he was WWE champion went.
He would
Humping
die.
the ring! Why is he humping the ring? And he's the world champion. Fuck this gay
Why
shit,
is he
I'm gonna
humping
kick
the
his
bell?
ass.
I don't think Gotch would have went out of his way. Gotch wouldn't have went out his way to watch modern WWE anyway.
No, but I
He
mean,
was
like,
already.
but you
He
get what I
didn't like New Japan, All Japan, or whatever they were doing in the early '90s. The only one he gave a
Wait.
shit about was the UWF.
This Okada guy is too skinny.
But you get what I mean, like, say, if you showed him.
Yeah, he let me think. Oh yeah, he didn't think Dean Malenko was a good wrestler either. He preferred his brother Joe.
Joe Little.
Joe
Joe
Mama.
Malenko. Joe Malenko, to my knowledge, was actually trained by Gotch.
I think he probably wouldn't have liked some of the other wrestlers that injured people once or twice.
What do you think of Will Ospreay and Ricochet? Now this is the one that really interests me.
Okay, so from what I've read, the interviewer asked him how did he feel about Sayama doing all his flying moves. He was more or less like, yeah, I'm not too upset over it as long as there's some wrestling, a lot of wrestling in there.
So
Which
he
is why
probably
didn't-
wouldn't be impressed
he
with
said,
Ricochet.
But he
Ospreay.
said that the Tiger Mask and Dynamite Kid series was too acrobatic. So he wouldn't
Norio
have a-
Honaga pet Koji Kanemoto. Oh my
This
god, what
guy
is...
was basically just like there in the junior division, and here he is going further than stars of the junior division. This is impressive.
What the hell is this renaissance right now?
This man was saving up his entire career for this moment right here.
His whole
Anyway, to
career,
answer-
and he got the third time that we got an 88 or higher. Or then
God.
again, we haven't gotten higher than an 88. That's just impressive.
Anyway, to answer your question, no, I don't. He would not have been a fan of Ricochet Ospreay. Way too acrobatic. Remember, he thought Dynamite Kid versus Tiger Mask was too acrobatic.
Oh my god.
Well, guess what? They were
Pony, I
drawing
think
butts.
we're
But guess
totally
what? They were
gonna
drawing
cheer
butts
for
in the seats.
Konayaki. Wait, let me just say this. I think Pony would be rooting for Kuniaki Kobayashi since he's a Tiger Mask hunter.
He's gonna hope that it's Tiger Mask versus Kobayashi in the finals. That would
Too,
be
actually. I
very
kinda hope so.
thematic.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Have you not seen this tournament so far? It's bullshit.
Oh, calm the fuck on. Where were you at the last
up.
tournament? Oh wait, we know you
Shut
did.
up, Pony. This was an amazing tournament. Way better than the garbage that we had last time.
Hey, that was funny.
Well, yeah, it was funny, but we were
It was
laughing at
funny,
how
but then you
bullshit
lost.
it was.
Jackass.
Pony, quit spitting out the dummy.
I don't have any. I don't even have any dummies in my mouth.
Because you have no friends.
Big me.
Oh my gosh.
If anybody here other than me understands what that means, good job for you.
We do not know of your weird old world stuff.
Oh my god, this entire All-Star Tournament thing is basically Pony being the villain, me and Pony having like a comic book rivalry. And just
What a
random
story.
ass
Great
happening on
fucking
action.
true. And to be
Now
honest, though, it's pretty funny.
And me just getting pissed at Pony's bullshit.
I mean, it's not just you. It's not just you. It's just me because I have a rivalry with this man, and I will win every time. Just
It's
as
not really
usual.
a rival if you keep beating him.
You know, I just thought of
Voodoo,
something.
you got something juggling in the background, it sounds like. Yeah, like right there.
Huh.
His mic is drooping.
Yeah, I need to twist my mic again. Anyway, what I was trying to say was, let's say Carl Gotch were still alive today, he'd be 97 or 98, one of the two.
Oh,
But
I'm so sorry.
I'm trying to think of a wrestler today who Carl Gotch would actually like, and the only one that's really popping out in my mind right now is Hideki Suzuki.
I don't even think you would like Suzuki.
Yeah, because
Well-
there's a lot of that don't work for me, brother.
Also, don't forget that infamous match he had in Big Japan with Sekimoto, where he had Sekimoto in a headlock, drops the headlock to adjust his tights, and goes back to the headlock.
Wait. What up? Never mind.
What up, Gotch?
Wait a minute.
That doesn't sound like. Oh God.
Wait. I have an idea.
What do you got?
Since there are Inokiism supporters out here in this this server, and there are non-Inokiism supporters.
It's what I like to call.
So, faction war.
Oh.
Faction
Purogoon versus
Inoki
Ponygoon, I
Goon.
think.
Ponygoon.
Inoki-goon.
Puro versus Ponygoon. What the fuck?
No. Purogoon versus IWO.
Oh, there we go. That's better.
Enochiism.
Voodoo, I swear, if you say that one more time, I'm gonna mute you.
I had to say it once.
Okay, never
Just
say it
once.
again.
Alright, so I think the members of Purogoon will be Pure Power himself, obviously, me, and
You'll
Zach
put JM
George.
because JM.
I'm the muscle.
So
I don't know where, like, say, Skittles will be, but we'll probably put him in, like, say, the backstage role where, because his fada.
Managerial role.
Yeah.
Nah.
so it is.
Skittles would be the mouthpiece.
No,
So,
and
No,
I
I'll be the
take it the
mouthpiece. I'll be the
IWO
mouthpiece.
mouthpiece will be Jug.
No, I think Jug is mostly an Inokiist.
That's
He's on
the
the other group.
joke!
I will be the mouthpiece for Enochiism.
Okay, well, Jug made a joke idea. Request a card, Enochiism supporters versus people who are wrong about Enochiism. We'll see who's the best style.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good, actually. Maybe we should pick our wrestlers like
a series match. A
6-man tournament?
6-man tournament? It's 8, 16, 32, and I think I saw 64, but I think that's way too many.
And then, we pick guys who don't support Enochiism versus guys who support Enochiism or were in Enochiism.
Well, in any
That'd be-
case,
That'd be a fun idea.
Maybe.
Bob Sapp. Gotta have Bob Sapp in there.
It will probably balance it out by making it a one-night tournament. That way,
Yeah.
Bob Sapp isn't at 100% all the freaking time. Because we saw what
Yeah.
happened last time we did something like that in a Fire Pro video where...
We're picking real legends to be in this.
Oh yeah.
Not fake MMA fighter, not dumbass MMA fighters.
But either way, this is a better match than I thought it would be. Kimura is making Kobayashi earn this match.
Even
Well,
though
a
I know
lot of
that
MMA fighters
Kobayashi,
do wrestling, so they're actual wrestlers, you know.
I think cheering for Kobayashi is the only thing that me and Pony have in common. That's it.
And Kimura's making sure to keep escaping. Oh, that's 3
Oh my
2.9s
god,
in a
what is
row.
this?
Can you stop wasting your balls?
You know, that's probably what your mom said to your dad one time.
Oh!
God damn,
Oh no!
that was foul.
Which dad we talking about
Oh
here?
my god.
But anyway, your boy loves his different style fights and like his martial arts and his pro wrestling and whatnot. So yeah, I rep. The only thing I don't like about Enochiism is sending people like Nagata to fight Crow Cop. That's just terrible.
That's very rude.
That's ass.
Well, there we go. We're entering the semifinals now. We got Tiger Mask 1 versus Takaiwa.
Wait, first.
Yeah.
You said we were gonna do the other after round 1. And
Oh, I didn't. I looked at the time and I thought we could finish this whole thing first. Because I thought, like, we got 16 man. We could do this whole thing at once.
Oh, alright then.
Okay. And Jug is really throwing some fire at the anti-Enochiist audience members.
Oh, I gotta see this.
We
Alright.
might have to call security for these.
No. We're gonna go Jerry Springer. Let it keep going. Alright, now here we go. Match 1 of the final 4. Tiger Mask versus Tatsuhito Takaiwa. What this is...
Tiger Man's gonna whoop this man's ass.
Well, that's what we thought with Jushin Liger, but Takaiwa said, hold my beer, and just continuously powerbombed Liger into a crater. And then he just continuously powerbombed Wild Pegasus into a crater.
You know, I need to. I actually need to make a new name for myself then.
Oh no. What's he gonna put in this time?
This time I actually have to make a new stable name, honestly.
Well, either way, we got this.
Sayama versus Takaiwa.
This could be fun.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Thank goodness
Come on,
I got
That's
to
a
see
very
you
like. I did
today.
not like that yawn. The yawn kind of was.
Sorry.
Killed the move.
It's like it mocks me for some reason.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault that your yawns.
round.
It's not your fault that you're yawning. The fault is your yawn, not you. Your yawn has a mind of its own, and it's mocking me. Like that joke from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I don't like this picture.
Yeah.
Its smug aura mocks me.
Anyway, I think this is gonna be a fun match.
Oh yeah, we've had a lot of great
Ye-
matches.
You see,
think
Pony, Tiger Mask was hurt by your comments about him, so he fell into a state of depression and gained all that weight, and now he's back in the ring to teach you a lesson.
But yeah, I
Hey,
think
what's
we've
that when I
had
came in?
only 2 matches under 70% this whole tournament, I think.
This
Tiger Mask has feelings too.
boys. Going by the ratings, this is officially the highest rated tournament in the history of the Discord.
No, in the history of KOC 2 in general.
Yes, we beat the
Uh,
kingiest of the ringiest one from a while back from New Legacy Inc.
Yeah.
It says here he's 214 pounds. Would that be considered heavyweight nowadays?
Yes.
I think the limit is you have to be under 100 kilograms,
100 kilos.
which is like 220 pounds.
Okay, so he's still a junior, but barely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's all water weight. So who do you hope to win this one, everyone? We'll start
Tiger Mask.
alphabetically. We got
I
batting
kind
hats.
of want to see Takaiwa win.
All right, JM, who do you got?
I'd probably go with Tiger Mask.
All right, Jug, who
Tiger
do you
Mask.
got? Pony, who do you got?
Who do you think?
All right, we got
I
Jug
don't know what you're
saying
asking,
Tiger
Euro.
Mask.
I legitimately have no idea why you asked Pony, even though you know he's going after the Tiger
You might
Mask.
have a face turn. You never know. And
Hey.
Zach, who do you? Oh wait, I already know. You're gonna say Tiger Mask.
Of course, I've got I've got UK Tiger Mask playing in my head on loop right now.
All right.
You
By the
know,
way, that
Fat
that
Sayama includes all of Satoru Sayama's powers.
by the way, that is actually the opening to the original Tiger Mask,
Cool.
which I forget the match, but a version of Tiger Mask actually used as his walkout music once.
Tiger Mask was crazy. He did so many different martial arts: karate, judo, catch. There's some others that I don't know what he did anyway.
Oh no, this
I
does
think
not look good for Tiger
I
Mask.
think a prime Sayama would have done reasonably well in MMA.
Well, he did
Oh.
create Shudo, which was the very first MMA promotion that still
And
exists.
was around in
Oh,
the AWF, but that was like a worked shoot.
Bro,
so,
you've reminded me of something.
What?
I need to reopen WMMA 5.
Let me
All
think
right.
for a second. By the time the first UFC came out, Sayama was let me check.
Way too old.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like, he was older than Gerard Gordeau, who was in that tournament for the first UFC.
57, so he would have been around 35 to 36 when the first tournament came around.
He would not have
That's
done
still
well
pretty
in
young.
the first UFC tournament. I
Yeah.
don't think he would
UFC
have
was
made
wild.
it past Shamrock or Gracie or even Gordeau.
Well, the number
Wait.
one. Hey. You guys want to know what's the number one company in the world in the MMA save I have?
Who?
What is it?
Pride.
UFC.
Oh,
Pride.
he said Pride. I was gonna think something crazy like Bellator, or like I'm trying to think. The Yama Fight Pit. Imagine that being number one company in the world.
How is Sayama moving this fast and having this much agility, even though he's like just as fat as my dad?
Well, you gotta remember, that's water weight. But either way, this is much better than I thought it would be. Then again, I feel like I've been saying that a lot this tournament. This has been a
Almost had it
very
there.
close bout. Like, basically one signature move and it could be the end of the whole match.
Mm-hmm.
Hesitance fails you. Oh no, we got.
Oh my god, no. Okay, good. I hate it when matches end with an elbow to the back and then the 3 count.
How many 2.9s
that's-
these fuckers got
That's
here?
basically old school Fire Pro to a T. Like before
Oh,
Returns
he's got a
came
half
around and
Boston
added
Crab,
No,
but
Fire
it's
Returns
not
even
enough.
had that. Returns even had that.
Oh,
not a
Yeah,
difference.
it was
he did it.
like
He
AI
did the
after
signature
all.
move. And now he'd need him in the thigh or something. A tombstone.
Tombstone
Oh my God,
pile
Tombstone.
driver.
Little spinning senton. And then a punch to the gut. What a great... Oh, that's got to be the end.
Oh, it's gonna be. I think it might be a rope break even.
Oh, yeah, he's got a...
Got this
oh.
man.
Oh, no, he broke out of that.
Oh,
And...
oh,
Oh! That's got to be it!
What?
He did it! What a turnaround! Wow!
Wow, what a reversal.
Like, it looked
Good
like
God.
Takaiwa was gonna win, but Tiger Mask out of nowhere. That was
My man
amazing.
caught him with.
That was
six
amazing.
power
Easily the best match of the tournament.
That is
bombs. What was
definitely
it, like,
a match
how
of
many
the
power
tournament.
bombs was that? Like 6?
Oh,
90 at the
yeah.
very least. God,
okay,
that
if
was
it
awesome.
does not
course,
get
this
past
New Japan
90, I'll
crowd's
be upset.
stingy.
That has to get past 90.
The New
Yes.
Japan
Oh,
85.
Come on, Milk.
This is way better than the other
Three,
one.
okay, 5% of that crowd were pony fans or something to keep it low.
New Japan
Pony
crowds
paid
are
the
pretty
crowd.
stingy.
Tony paid the crowd, I knew it.
All right,
Come
well
on,
now we got
No,
this
you
match,
asshole.
Honaga
If
Kobayashi.
if that were ran in Fire Pro World, it would have been in the 90s for sure.
Oh, definitely. But either
Yeah,
way,
Definitely.
Yeah,
This
but World's
is-
extremely generous.
okay. So as I was gonna say,
I think even on King's Road, it still would have gotten into the 90s.
so as I was gonna say, this is a very fascinating semifinal match we got here. Honaga, who's been a dark horse this whole tournament, can he make one more upset, or maybe 2 to win the whole thing? Well, Kobayashi,
Yeah.
he hates Tiger Mask with a passion. he fought 2 different ones, feuded with them. Can he make the finals to reignite that feud one more time?
I know what the sad thing about this is.
What?
Is that he's just some random guy that just came in out of nowhere.
Kobayashi or Honaga?
Kobayashi. Honestly, he wanted us to. He wanted me to hire him, but I told him he has to defeat Tiger Mask.
We'll see about that.
Oh yeah, in the All Japan tournament, Misawa has to be in there.
Oh, I already know Misawa's in the All Japan tournament. We'll get to that in a
Pillars
future.
aren't in the tournament. If the 4 pillars aren't in the tournament, I don't know what kind of crack or drugs you've been taking these days.
I've been taking the Iron Cheek crack. Either way, this is.
Seen his chic, so no thank you.
I don't know
This
what you
has
mean
been
by
a
that,
pretty
but okay.
crazy tournament.
We got some great matches here.
Having
JM,
had-
what? Okay, let's just go through everyone. I take it everyone's gonna be unanimous in the last match, Tiger Mask Takaiwa's match of the night so far.
Yep.
Yeah. They went
Yep.
at it.
I am not putting
Oh, no,
Don
no.
Fry in the All Japan tournament because it's a legacy tournament. He only had 1 match in All Japan.
Against Kawada, and he lost.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey
What
Chuck,
else? Is this our final?
Should
no,
Abdul
this is the
Butcher
second
be-
semifinal. Whoever wins this faces Tiger Mask.
Should Abby and Tiger Jeet be in the All Japan Legacy tournament?
Tiger Jeet Siege was more like we decided New Japan All-Star for him, while Abby's in the All Japan, definitely.
Alright.
Reason why, because Tiger Jeet Singh did more in New Japan than All Japan.
Yeah, me
Did
and
we
JM
actually-
went
well-
through a lot of discussions, but I will spoil this. Ric Flair will be in the All Japan All-Star tournament because of his various tours in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
Makes sense.
Gary
Blake
Albright
Boogie-
will be in the
Giant
All
pop-up.
Japan tournament.
Gary
of course
O'Brien.
Gary will be in there.
Yep, Great Kabuki as well.
Yep.
Takayama?
Takayama is in the New Japan one. We decided he did more for New Japan.
How was Flair in Japan? Were his matches like the ones he had in the NWA?
He
Or it's
defended
like-
the
Yep.
NWA title there a lot against people like Harley Race. I believe he did Jumbo Tsuruta. Some other people, I think Tenaru.
Jack
once.
Briscoe, I think.
I
think.
believe that.
So were his matches basically like his 80s NWA matches in America? Or was there a bit of a stylistic difference?
I think they were good.
Jug
But
wants
you
to-
know,
talking about in
Jug,
terms of his
you gave me an
wrestling
idea.
style.
We should do an MMA tournament to see how that works.
Was it like,
Yeah,
technical
but here's
wrestling,
the thing.
chopping
If
and
we-
flopping and slapping on the figure 4?
Yeah, but here's the thing. We did that. Fedor would destroy everybody.
Oh, don't worry. We'll have Fedor
Oh, no,
versus
no.
Mike Tyson in the first round.
No.
Wait, what?
There is
No,
one-
wait.
there-
Why Mike Tyson?
There
Because
is
it's
one,
funny.
There is one person that could beat Fedor.
Who would that be?
Oh. Or
Sawa.
whatever.
Misawa.
Yes.
Sawa.
What?
No, that ain't happening.
Hold on, no. When I did Fire Pro Wrestling Returns,
Yeah, but that's his
I had
return.
a
This is
I had-
KOC2.
I had a battle between Hickson, Gracie, and Misawa won.
Well, to be fair, it is a pro simulation, and anyone can win in order to make a full-blown, straight-up squash in Fire Pro, unless we're gonna assume you're not using any mods. You'd
I
have
know
to
who's
use
gonna-
one of the.
I
you'd
know
have
who
to
can
use
beat-
one of the Fire Pro Deep Rally original characters, which won their matches in all of 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah, those. I remember. I know someone who came very close to beating Fedor in his prime.
Who?
Conditions in a Fire Pro sim. Under the conditions in a Fire Pro sim, Dan Shokudino could take him.
My
think
gosh,
you're on
imagine
crack.
him trying to be homoerotic to Fedor, and Fedor just looks at him with a dead stare, and then just 2 milliseconds later, just one
You just
punch.
see a critical.
Oh, not just a critical punch, but a critical punch that's so deadly, the model of Danshoku Dino's head just completely disconnects.
Oh my god, what is this? Are you making an R-rated tournament or a wrestling tournament?
It's a hustle tournament now. Oh my gosh.
I remember that
Imagine
story
this.
where Great Muda made this Japanese model pregnant because he had seminal fluid in his
Yeah,
mist.
it is green mist this whole time. Nobody ever wanted to know
How?
this.
How the hell? How is this even possible? I know this is hustle, but like, what?
Yeah, and then the baby turned into Akibono.
Oh,
Ooh, Kobayashi.
No, Monster Bono,
Fisherman
not
suplex
just Akibono.
Oh yeah, in my MMA save, Ken Shamrock was formerly the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
I can believe
but
that.
think about this. So, you have this hyper masculine warrior in like Fedor, and then like 8 minutes into the fight, because of Dino's returns model a main mount, just imagine this. Danshoku Dino controls the entire match, drains Fedor's spirit, and then wins with his nightmare move.
Okay, now
Look at what Jug said.
how much
Okay, but
steroids?
how much steroids did he have in his body?
There's your answer.
Who?
Just yes.
Who, Fedor?
Yes.
No, Shamrock for that top fighter in the world. But either way,
Alright guys, the match of the century.
the
Good
finals.
versus evil.
A return to a great 80s feud in New Japan. Kobayashi Tiger Mask. JM, how excited are you to see history repeat itself?
Yeah, we are literally going full circle here, huh?
Oh yeah, I think this has been a successful tournament. Because we are here. Meanwhile, I could see Pony frothing at the mouth in pure anger at this final. I think now he's just flipping me off. He's passing me a note. This has a loogie in the paper. Okay, I see how it goes.
Wow, you're the cheerleader, Hal.
But you guys a second screenshot.
Well, okay. So for this match, let's go through each expert and pick. I already know Jug said Tiger Mask. Batting hat, who you got?
Definitely got Tiger Mask. I'm the good guy in this story.
All right, JM.
Kobayashi.
Pony.
Kobayashi.
Voodoo.
Tiger Mask.
Zach, I think I know, but I'll ask anyway.
Tiger Mask!
And I'll finish it with a Tiger Mask. Now let's get out here and see this great final that I know is going to get like a 108% approval from the crowd.
I hope so.
Also, let's just say Kobayashi's theme in this game, the rendition, is really good.
Oh, by
I
the way,
hope so too.
are 100% on KOC2 even possible?
Yes.
Yes.
I once had
I've done them about twice.
I once had Kikuchi versus Kanemaru in a Noah sim do it for 100%.
What is the hardest evaluation style?
I had a
anything
0-1
above a
world.
70 in World Japan. There you go.
Wait, guys. I have a 0. My favorite match in KOC2 is a 0-1 world match where I had Shogun and Tatsuhiko Takaiwa take on Masa Tanaka and Mr. Ohtani. Match got 100%. I mean, like, it was filled with the most ridiculous shit possible. Power bombs off the apron.
That sounds like this one match that JM had for a sim where, like, Nagata did a top rope exploder. Was that right, JM?
Yeah, that was the finish.
Anyway,
yeah, the avalanche exploder was the finish.
So I'm assuming it's impossible to get a 100 on World Japan.
It's impossible it's possible, but it's like it is hard. Like it's easier
impossible
to catch raindrops with boxing gloves on.
So
it's impossible, just like my chances of getting married.
So how hard are we talking? Like, are we talking?
I'm joking.
Are we talking NES Ninja Gaiden hard, or like Clean Run, XCOM, Iron Man Impossible Run hard?
how about this? Harder than freaking Contra without the Konami code, and you suck at the game.
Ha! Oh, so it's that hard.
Yes.
No.
The highest
Harder than
rating
90
I ever got with World Japan was an 86%, and it was, of all things, Shiro Koshinaka versus Takao Omori.
Lucky bastard. How?
I'm
I have
assuming
no
all
idea.
Japan's got the easiest evaluations.
I would say they're the easiest one of the staple promotions, yeah. Like you
So
could
they're
put
Alright.
basically
freaking, like you could put D'Lo Brown and Jamal versus Earthquake and George Hines. It's guaranteed to get over 90% almost all the time.
so
Yeah.
basically it's to King of Colosseum what Lucha evaluation is to Fire Pro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
And here we go.
Alright, time for Pony to lose again and keep crying just like last time.
Because the Lucha evaluation in Fire Pro seems to be taken a bit too literally. Like, you can run any match, and as long as it's close and it's good, it can be a Lucha Libre, a hoss fight, a brawl, two old guys from, like, the 1920s doing nothing but shoot wrestling, and you'll still get a high score if the match was good.
Lol.
Alright, here we go with this match.
I promise
Voodoo,
you
got
justice
some
will be
background
served once
noise again.
I think it might be the, I'm not 100%
Oh
sure, but
shit!
I'm gonna be a spa monkey.
does it sound like jingling?
It sounds more like you're grabbing like some cloth and just stretching it or something, or like twisting it.
Oh.
It's kind of hard to describe, but it kind of sounds like that. Or like say some rubber cord and you're pulling it around.
It might be pressing up against my face, that's why.
Okay.
I was either going to say that or like the sound from the headphones is transmitting into the microphone a wee bit. One of the two.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, of course, the twisting you were hearing from him is the twisting sound effect that this game uses for certain submissions.
You know, if I knew Japanese, I'd give this game a shot at like practicing all the evaluations, make a few custom calls. I know it's sacrilegious to say cause when we're dealing with Fire Pro or King of Colosseum, but it's quicker for me to
kind of
spit
don't
out.
care. It's like CAW cause it works for me. I'm not gonna be a judge on that.
People will get anal over that. They'll be like, "Oh no,
tell them
it's
to
edit."
shove it up their ass if they're so anal.
Yeah, fair enough.
Some people just need to understand there's a lot of terminologies out there for wrestling games. It's a fucking wrestling game. What are you supposed to say?
But yeah, I'd like to make a couple OCs and try and sim them under like certain difficulties.
Kobayashi just got a 2.9 there from a freaking suplex.
The one thing Vanilla Fire Pro does have over King Colosseum, you can actually work holds from the mounted positions because in this game, more realistically so, if any submission lands in a mount, you're gonna tap. Whereas in Fire Pro, you can kind of work the hold like it's a pro wrestling style match. Albeit they do considerably more damage.
Yeah.
Anyway, apparently George Bush III exists.
Yeah, I knew about that. That's weird.
Weird.
My fellow Americans, I'm a big fan of King of Colosseum too.
My fellow American.
I don't like senior or junior, so yeah.
Let's change the subject
I
then.
think we know this one. Yeah.
Okay. My JM must have got something going on in the background there. How's that?
Yeah, I was hearing like a
you
boom
back there,
boom
JM?
microphone sound.
No, it was just me laying back.
Okay, I thought you were grabbing something from, like, say, the kitchen. And Kobayashi won.
Wow, what a change in history.
God
Ladies
damn
and
it.
gentlemen.
Oh, wait, Kuniaki?
Yeah, Kuniaki won with a
Hold on,
freaking
I need to
fisherman
disconnect real
suplex. Gosh. Batting hat, you jinxed it by saying Fatsuyama will win. It distracted Tiger Mask. They get, wait, am I fat? He looks down. He gets his,
Kobayashi won,
and
holy
a
crap.
fucking course. A fucking course.
I guess Crowd didn't like the Tiger Mask win.
Who'd have thought? But either way, of all
All
of
right,
the things
Pony,
I
you win
saw,
this time. All right, Pony, you win this time, but next time I promise I will win. I won the last one, you won this one, and the next one I promise you I will
God, I
win.
just saw that Raja Lion kick.
Okay, just a second. We have to get the trophy ceremony. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the greatest junior heavyweight in New Japan history, and the owner of a Ben & Jerry's coupon, a phone number that I think goes to a sex hotline, and 2 years worth of almonds, Kuniaki Kobayashi.
And Batman Forever, the Schumacher cut.
Eddie,
Oh
you wanna know
no,
what that
that's
is?
worse than the 2 years worth of almonds.
you know what? Guess what? Look at all the money Kobayashi's getting from the ceiling.
Yeah, knowing how useful the freaking...
The $3
You win this
million
time, Pony. You win this
rise.
time. I will get my revenge, my vengeance next time.
Alright,
You-
so let us go through what we thought of the tournament. What was the worst match of the tournament?
I wasn't really
Kobayashi
paying
versus
too much
Tiger Man.
attention.
Oh wow,
Oh.
the finals is the worst match for Petty Hat.
I
For
really
me, the
wasn't
worst
paying
match
too much
was
attention.
Wild Pegasus Hoshino because that was a squash match. Match of the
Yeah.
night, we are all, I think it's all unanimous to Kaiwa Tiger Mask, right?
Oh
I was
yeah.
Tiger Man.
Jug says any match without Tiger Mask was the worst match.
True.
No. There were some good Kengo Kimura matches there, pal.
Yeah, we've had a couple 88%. So there was a lot of good matches in this tournament.
Tiger Mask came so close.
I think
Only
this
get a
is the
69
second
rating
time
at the
that a
end.
pony pick has won the finals.
Wait a minute. Wait. You said that the phone line was a sex hotline, right?
Yeah,
And the match's rating was 69.
yeah,
You see what the coincidence is?
yeah. But
Well, I hope I hope Kobayashi has a good time.
yeah. Now, excuse me, guys. I gotta take this phone call here. See you all soon.